This was a solemn and sobering farewell of sorts to the UN press corps from the Secretary General, in which he thanked journalists here for connecting the United Nations with the rest of the world. But Ban Ki-moon's message here was really for UN member states and world leaders about the work, the unfinished business that he leaves behind, about the persistent conflicts for which no political solution is in sight, especially in the case of Syria.
Only inclusive political solution can bring a sustainable solution of the issues. I feel sorry that I have to leave so many unfulfilled issues to my successor and member states.
That successor, of course, is Antonio Guterres, who will take over at the turn of the year, and Syria will be one of his main challenges, which Ban described as a gaping hole on the global conscience. He also said South Sudan's leaders have betrayed their people and squandered a peace agreement, and also expressed his continued concerns over the nuclear threat from the DPRK and tensions on the Korean Peninsula. And as Ban Ki-moon prepares to leave office as the UN chief, it's hard not to wonder if he's leaving a UN and a world in a better or worse place than when he started 10 years ago. At that time, Ban had faced off with the HIV/AIDS crisis, with the nuclear threat from the DPRK and Iran in a post-9/11 era of terrorism, and he was also soon having to grapple with the global financial crisis. But 10 years on, HIV/AIDS is under control, and we have an Iran nuclear deal that is somewhat unclear depending on what U.S. President-elect Donald Trump will do with it when he enters office. But there's also the DPRK nuclear threat. The DPRK refuses to back down from developing nuclear weapons, and terrorism, international terrorism, is more acute today than ever. So he leaves behind a lot of unfinished business for his successor, Antonio Guterres. He has had a mixed review over his tenure here, one that weighs a little bit more heavily on the challenges that remain. Liling, New York.